I'm Tracy Sinclair with Alaska's News Source, and with me today is Jeremy Zidek. He is with the Division of Homeland Security for the state and Department of Emergency Management. Did I get all that right?
Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Management.
So we're going to talk a little bit about building an emergency kit. One of the things you and I were talking about is it doesn't have to be perfect. This is all stuff from your emergency kit. Mine's much smaller than that. How do people adjust?
Well, really any amount of supplies during an emergency is better than nothing. So we take a good, better, best approach at the state. Good is 3 days worth of supplies, better is 7 days, and then the best is 2 or more weeks. You know, those supplies can really add up and become a lot of material and a big expense to it. So you can collect that stuff over time, start with that good target of 3 days, and then build from there.
So we don't have to do it all at once and get all of this stuff in our house.
That's correct. A lot of the stuff you might already have. What we want you to do is kind of assemble it in one place and then move from there, discover the items that you don't have in your kit that you may need, and build upon it.
If you had to say what was the one most important thing that somebody needed to have in their kit, what would that be?
Well, we all need food and water on a regular basis. So we recommend 1 gallon of water per person per day, and then enough food for folks for whatever you can put into the kit.
So let's talk about the water, because it seems like a gallon of water seems like a lot of water
Yeah.
for one person. Do we really need that much?
Yeah, that's what we recommend. It's both for drinking, cooking, cleaning, hygiene, and whatever you may else need water for. The nice thing about water, even though it's heavy and kind of hard to move around, it's very inexpensive. It's really the most inexpensive thing that we're putting in our kit. You can use specific containers like this. There's water bottles that you can use. There's 1 gallon jugs. You can also use any type of food safe container that you've cleaned thoroughly. So it's a really inexpensive thing to get into your kit.
And one of the other things that we were talking about is what is the benefit to having a kit in your house?
It's really an emergency policy. If you don't have that kit and you don't have food, water, your home is too cold to stay in, then you might have to go to an emergency shelter. And you know, emergency shelters, most of the times they're like a gymnasium with a bunch of cots, and it's not really a place that people that are already stressed out want to go and spend time with a bunch of strangers that are also stressed out. The Red Cross of Alaska does a great job setting up these shelters and giving people the critical items that they need. But in reality, people just want to stay in their homes. They can keep an eye on their belongings, make sure that there's no damage to their home, and they can make repairs to their home. But without that emergency kit, they may have to leave their home and go search for those critical resources like food, water, and heat someplace else.
Well, and I know people with pets. Pets are often an issue
Yeah.
during emergencies at shelters as well. What are you going to do with your pet? So if you can stay in your home, I guess I would think that would be better.
Yeah, that's correct. You can stay with your animals. A lot of times a pet shelter is separate from the person shelter because other shelter residents may have allergies and can't be in close proximity to pets, so they normally set up another area, and that's stressful on the pet and stressful on the owner not knowing where their pet is. We recommend that you build a kit for your pet as well. Include food, their shot records, some toys for them, any other items that your dog uses on a dog or cat or a pet uses on a regular basis.
Something to keep them entertained, because we're all going to be stressed
Right.
in this event. Well, thank you very much, Jeremy. There are also links to the website for emergency management for the state of Alaska. You can learn how to build your kit slowly and over a period of 12 weeks, so it doesn't have to be quite so overwhelming. Those lists are in the article below.